Good day, everybody. I hope that you're well and also hope that you are having a good day so far. Today, we'll be doing our grade 8 English lesson on reference skills. And before we start, we're going to log on to aplusstudents.ca. Once you've logged on to aplusstudents.ca with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of English Language Arts. Grade 8. And then we're going to scroll down up until we get to our chapter of reference skills. All right, so when it comes to reference skills, right? Or let's say before we even start with reference skills, we said that our chapter that we are doing today is reference skills. Our subject is English Language Arts. We're doing grade 8. And then the lessons that we are going to be focusing on under the chapter of reference skills, it's to use guide words and to use thesaurus entries. So that is going to be our lessons for today under the chapter of reference skills. All right, so when it comes to reference skills, right, then we have guide words, right? So we have dictionaries that we use, and we have thesauruses that we use. So when it comes to either using a dictionary or using a thesaurus, right? And then within either our dictionary or within our thesaurus, we will have words that will guide us, right? And we call that guide words. They will guide you as into um, how and where to look for certain words within a dictionary. And we call that guide words. So both dictionary as well as a thesaurus have guide words. They have words right on top of a dictionary, or let's say the first, once you, like each page, right on top of each page, there is a word, right? And that is the word that will guide you to be like, okay, so this is going to be on this page, which means that whichever word that you're looking for will then be, in between these specific words. And I think guide words are or were designed to make basically looking for words much more easier, right? And we are also going to, when it comes to reference skills, as well as thesaurus entries, as well as guide words when it comes to the dictionaries. And then we will also be able to see what is the difference between actually a dictionary as well as a thesaurus, because there is quite a difference. All right. So when it comes to guide words, right, we say guide words are words that appear on each page of a dictionary. Like I mentioned, if you open a dictionary, right, then right on top, the very first word that you see on the dictionary, like it's almost like the dictionary is, the page is divided into two, right? Then the first word that is on the left hand side, the top left hand side of the dictionary, we call that a guide word. So guide words appears on each page of a dictionary. So when it comes to guide words, it's not just the first word that you see when you open the dictionary anyway. It is the first word as well as the last word. So let's say, for example, this is your dictionary, right? I'm trying to draw a dictionary. So if this is your dictionary, right? That is your dictionary. Then your dictionary is almost like it's divided. That is your words. Then here we also have words, right? That is how it is with a dictionary. So with a guide word, right? Guide words is basically that first word on the page and that last word on the page. I'm talking about the one specific page. It can be anywhere in the dictionary, any by any letter, all right? So if we, for example, open by N, for example, and the first word by N is naughty, right? So here we have naughty, and then here we have nice, for example, right? So the first word is naughty. The last word on that page is nice, which means that these two words, naughty and nice, they are the guide words on that page or in that dictionary or that specific page. So that is the words that will guide it to be like, okay, if naughty is N A. So if naughty is, for example, Naughty, right? Then it means that all the words that starts with an N, of course, because here, of course, we are doing N. So all the words that has Aug thereafter, you'll find all that words over here. So any words with letters A, U, or E or something, any letters that is between naughty and nice. So for example, any letters like A, B, C, D, E, let's say A and E, for example, you will find between naughty and you will find between nice. And the other, like I say, all the other words in between these two guide words, right? Those words are also just going to be in alphabetical order. So if you're looking for a word that is maybe in E, and then definitely you are going to go to the page where naughty is on, and you will find a word that is in E on that specific page between that two guide words. Because guide words, once again, appears on each page of a dictionary, and they tell you the first word as well as the last word on that page. All the other words on the page come between those guide words, and they are in alphabetical order. Because remember, when it comes to a dictionary as well as a thesaurus, it is in alphabetical order. It makes it much more easier for you to look for specific words. So now you know, okay, it's alphabetical order, words from A to Z. And in order for you, right, to put words in order when it comes to alphabetical words, right, or guide words or looking for words in a dictionary. So to put words in alphabetical order, you need to put them in order by their first letter. Let's say, for example, naughty. Now, if you are looking for a word and the word starts with N, you're going to go to N. If the second letter is A, you're gonna go to a guide to you're gonna page to the guide word where you see NA right on top. Now all the other words that comes after the guide words, if that word is not there, those there you will find the word and it will be in alphabetical order. So we need to put these words in alphabetical order and we need to put them in the order of their first letter. And if the letters are the same, like for example, we have another word with an N and another word with an N, right? Then you look at the second letter. And if the both of that second letters are the same, you look at the third letter. And so on and so on. And then if we have a word, right, that is shorter and there is no more letters to compare, like we just made an example of, then the shorter word comes first in the alphabetical order. For example, if we go to the guide word B, right? So here they're going to give you the meaning of B. Then if you look at another word double E, then it means that they're going to give you another meaning of the word bee, which is, that black and yellow insect that stings. And then they're going to give you, then maybe we have the word bed, right? B is going to come before bed because you first write down, let's say, first the first letter, then the second letter, that is the same. D comes after, right? And these are, we call them guide words. And these are the guide words that you'll either find in a dictionary or you will find guides within a thesaurus. And these are words that will guide you when you are specifically looking for words in the dictionary. And like we say, words in the dictionary or words within a thesaurus are in alphabetical order. And that will make it much more easier for you to look for words. So now they put it in alphabetical order. And the guide words will be there to guide you when you are looking for specific words. All right. So now we're going to our thesaurus skills, right? So with guide words, right? Like I said, guide words are for both dictionary words as well as thesaurus skills. You'll find your guide words, right? And when it comes to thesaurus skills, like I said, there is a slight difference with a dictionary words or looking for dictionary words and then also looking for words in a thesaurus, right? So dictionary words, before we even go on to thesaurus skills and how to or what to look for in a thesaurus, right? In a dictionary, like dictionary, they'll give you words as well as its meanings, right? To that specific words that you are looking for. But then you have thesaurus, and a thesaurus, it's words, it's like where they're giving you the synonyms of these words. So a thesaurus, oopsie. So a thesaurus, it lists synonyms, words with the same meaning or words with almost the same meaning. That's a thesaurus. And you will find a thesaurus as well as a dictionary. Yes, you can also look for a word within a thesaurus. If you want to look for a meaning of a word, you can look at the meaning of the word in a thesaurus. But the meaning of the word in the thesaurus, they'll only give you one meaning. So if you look up a word in the thesaurus, they'll give you the meaning of that word, but they are not really going to focus much on the meaning of the word. They are mainly going to focus on the synonyms of the words. So they'll give you the meaning of the word, they'll give you the part of speech of the word, but they will give you more synonyms of the words because that is the focus on thesaurus. Whereas with a dictionary, dictionaries, they give you, you look for a word. So if you look for the word naughty, for example, right? Then in a dictionary, they're going to give you all the different meanings of the word that means naughty. So if somebody came up with four different meanings, or there's different people that came up with different meanings of the word naughty, then they'll number it and be like, okay, number one, here's a meaning of naughty. Number two, here's another meaning of naughty. Number three, another meaning of naughty. And depending on the amount of meanings they have, they also give you examples underneath. And they also tell you if it is what type of part of speech it is. That is in a dictionary. Whereas within a thesaurus, because it mainly lists synonyms, and we said synonyms are words with the same meaning or almost the same meaning. Within the thesaurus, they give the word, they give the part of speech, they give a small, brief definition of that word, and they give you a whole list of synonyms of that specific word. So they mainly focus on the synonyms of that word. So if you are going to look for a meaning of a word in a thesaurus, you'll just get a straightforward um, meaning of a word compared to a dictionary that will give you more than one meaning to a word. But then again, in a dictionary, they don't give you the synonyms of the word, right? So a thesaurus, once again, it lists synonyms, and synonyms are words with the same meaning, or it's words with almost the same meaning. And if a word is not familiar, then the synonyms within a thesaurus can help you to understand it better. You see, so this now again with dictionaries, right? Dictionaries give you more than one meaning. So which means that if you don't understand the one meaning, then you maybe get another meaning. And especially when it comes to homonyms, or if it maybe comes to homonyms or homophones, right? Then sometimes you have words, the same word with different meanings, right? Then you'll basically find that same word with a lot of meanings to that word that you'll find in a dictionary. Whereas with a thesaurus, right, they'll give you the meaning, like I said, a brief meaning, part of speech, the word, and they'll give you a list of synonyms. So, for example, if you're looking for a word and maybe you think, like, I've never heard this word, but then the synonyms will then be there, a list of synonyms, and maybe there'll be one or two of the synonyms that will be familiar, and you'll be like, oh, so this word is the same as that word. So then what you can do is then you can maybe go and look up that word that looks more familiar to you. So synonyms, so if you're not familiar with the word, the synonyms within the thesaurus can help you to understand it better. And if we look at this example of a thesaurus entry, here we have the word clamor. Clamor. And the part of speech of clamor. Clamor is a noun. Now we know clamor is a noun. It's not an action that is being done. It's a noun. And the definition of clamor, it means noise. Clamor is noise. Now they're giving us a list of synonyms, right? Words that either mean the same as clamor or almost the same as clamor. So the list of synonyms are din, racket, tumult, was it tumult or tumult, and uproar. So if you look at those words, din, racket, tumult or tumult, and uproar, and you look at the meaning, it means noise, right? Then something that comes to mind, if they say, what do you think is more likely to cause a clamor? What do you think is more likely to cause an uproar, a racket, a tumult, or a din? It's almost like it's a loud and confused noise, especially that of people. So, if that is the meaning of that word, then it means that something that might cause a clamor is having a party. Remember, if people are partying and people are indulging in the booze, they are shouting, you are dancing, you are just making an uproar. You are making loud sounds because you are screaming, shouting at the DJ, right? So having a party is more likely to cause a clamor or something which may more likely cause a clamor, a noise, we would say is a party or having a party because it is an uproar. All right, so now we're going to aplusstudents.ca, and we are going to continue with our lesson over there as well as our test on aplusstudents.ca. All right, so once again, we're going to use guide words. And we said guide words are words that appears on each page of a dictionary, and they tell you the first word, they tell you the last word on the page, right? And every other word that comes between those guide words, we need to put that in alphabetical order. Actually, it is in alphabetical order. And if there's one word shorter, right? Or more like, in order for us to put the words in alphabetical order, you need to put them in order of the first letters. And if the first letters are the same, then you look at the second letter, and so on and so on. And if the word is shorter, then the shortened word, or the shorter word, are more with the shorter word, right, comes first before you put the longer word. All right, so now we're going to our test, right? And we are going to now look at guide words, right? And we're going to look at words that you may find on a dictionary page with the guide words, right? So remember, the guide words are the words that is the first word on the page and the last word on the page. That is the two guide words. Any other word in between, right, is basically it needs it comes, we call that in between the guide words. I don't know what we call it really, but the guide words is just the first word and the last word, and every other word in between needs to be in alphabetical order. So we are now going to a test, and we're going to say, which word would you find on a dictionary page with the following guide words: given and grocery. Given and grocery. And look at the words, right, that you may find between that word in in the alphabet, on the alphabet, or in the alphabet. For example, we have given, GI, and groceries, GR. The word that we will find in between that word is goggles or gust. Will we find O between I and R, or will we find U between I and R? Goggles or gust. All right, and the word that we will find between those words, right? Between given and between groceries. And that word will be goggles, right? Because remember, O in on the dictionary, in the dictionary comes between I and R, after I, before R, but the U comes after R. So goggles we will find on that same page with the guide words given and groceries. All right, the next one says, which word would you find on a dictionary page with the following guide words? Shut and streak. Shut and streak. Streak. Is it signature or symbol? Signature or symbol? Look at the second letter. Will we find I between H and T, or will we find Y for symbol between H for shut and T for streak? Which one is correct? Option one, signature or symbol. And the word that we will find between shut and streak is signature, because I you'll find between H and T. All right. And if we look at the next one, right? Which word will we find on the guide words, on the page with the guide words defy and downhill? Defy and downhill. Is it yes? Oh no, sorry. Would you find the word dispose? Would you find the word dispose on a dictionary page with the following guide words defy and downhill? Will dispose be between defy and downhill? Will I be between E and O? Yes or no? All right. And if we were to say, if we're going to find the words between defy and downhill, then we will say yes. Oh, sorry. Because I you'll find between E and O. So yes. Would you find the word seize on a dictionary page with the following guide words screech and stingy? Screech and stingy. Yes or no? Would you find E between C and T? Yes or no? C's between screech and stingy. And if we were to find that word, or if we would say if we will find that word, then yes, we will. Because E comes between C and T. All right. So now it comes to we're going to using thesaurus entries, right? And remember we said that we need to look at words that looks almost the same because we have synonyms, right? Words with the same meaning or almost the same meaning. So we are going to look at thesaurus skills and try to find out words that means the same or almost the same. Here we need to look at this thesaurus entry, derelict, der, derelict. Is a derelict? So derelict is an adjective, right? It means left unused. The synonyms are abandoned, deserted, desolate, desolate, discarded, right? So now you must say, what does derelict mean? Does it mean leftovers or does it mean an abandoned? Does it mean an empty, rundown house? What does that mean? And if we were to say what derelict means, then we can say it is an empty, rundown, abandoned house. All right, here we have the word accumulate. It's a verb to gather gradually, and the synonym of this word is to collect, to gather, to keep. So now, what might a person accumulate as she ages? Memories or inexperience? Memories or inexperience? Which one is correct? What do we collect after time? The older you get, memories or inexperience? And the older we get, we create or we get or we collect We can say we collect memories. All right. The next one is we have entrance. It's a verb, and the definition of entrance is to fill with wonder. The synonym of entrance is charm, dazzle, delight, enchant, interest, right? Okay, it's not entrance, it's entrance. Because if you look at those words, entrance, it's a verb to fill with wonder. Synonyms are charm, dazzle, delight, enchant, and interest. So, which is more likely to entrance you? Is it an amazing performance or a confusing situation? Which is more likely to entrance you? And we can say something that might entrance you is an amazing performance because you'll be sitting in awe and you'll be like, wow, right? So, an amazing performance. All right, so this is now the end of our lesson on reference skills. On our next session, we will continue with using dictionaries as well as alphabetical order, right? So we said using guide words you'll find in dictionaries or thesauruses, but when it comes to a dictionary entry, dictionaries they give you the word as well as the definition of the specific words, right? Whereas with the thesaurus entry, they give you the word, parts of speech, as well as synonyms. So the thesauruses they mainly focus on synonyms, which are words with the same meaning or almost the same meaning to that word. So thank you very much, grade 8, for joining the class, and I really hope that you are going to have an amazing evening further. So till next time, goodbye.